Then across the way is where I'm going to be having more tomatoes and peppers. Let's go over to that way. Oh, and here's my foxgloves, which are going to be flowering this year. I'm really excited. They're such a pretty flower. So this is where I have more onions, of course, and cinnamon basil. This is a warm weather crop, so I definitely am going to be covering it. So I have all the bottles ready. This area might have to be a pathway. I wanted to do celery here, but I realized that I'm going to have to walk this way a lot because, you know, I have to harvest from this side, and then I'll be harvesting from the middle row as well. So I'll probably be standing on this in this area a lot. So I might make this just a pathway, and maybe like in the back I'll have some stuff, but not in between, which is unfortunate, but oh well, it is what it is. So could have thought this through a little bit better, but it's okay, because I do have compost and everything underneath because I had planned on planting in here. But I don't think that would be a very good idea because, like I said, I'll be stepping on this area a lot. Here is the rest of the area. Put a little border around the edge. And this middle area is going to be tomatoes. I think I'll do maybe 3 or 4 tomato plants in this middle area. And then over here, I'll do peppers. So this is how we are looking. And we got a nice thick layer of wood chips covering the ground because this is how the wood chips are looking now. So it's time for a recovering. So as you can see, we have started that process. We have a nice thick layer of like honey colored wood chips. I don't know if the camera is picking up on it well, but they're so beautiful, especially when the sun shines down on them. It looks so amazing. So I'm going to be doing that all throughout the yard and try to keep the same color going. And the color that's inside of these raised beds, as you can see, is slightly different, which I did that intentionally so that I can differentiate between the walking rows and the planting rows, even though it's pretty apparent, but still, just because it's a nice little contrast as well. Now moving on to this area, not much going on over here yet. Well, actually there is, because there's some asparagus coming up. I don't want to step on this area because they might have spread this way, but some little skinny ones coming up. I don't think it's not really time for them to come up yet, but yeah, so we got some, they're kind of skinny, but hopefully they'll put up some thicker ones once we get towards April that we can actually harvest, because it's been about 3 years. So at this point, they should be fully harvestable. So I don't know. Oh well, we've got time. We've got other things to do in the meantime. Then I have strawberries around here and some onions, because onions are a great companion plant for strawberries. The comfrey is coming back up from last year. 2 over there and 2 over here. And then same thing on this side. Strawberries and onions, and then the lavender. Got some lavender coming up. Well, the lavender has always been up, but it seems to be putting out new growth now, as you can see down there. So that's awesome. There's 2 more on the opposite end as well. And then I was going to plant tomatoes on these 2 rows, but I don't know, I might do sunflowers instead. So we'll see, because the sunflowers are going to get really tall, so these sticks will still be useful. And yeah, the reason why is because I don't really know the reason why, actually. I probably could still do tomatoes there, but if I do tomatoes here and there where the other pole is, then I'll probably do sunflowers maybe like in the middle or something like that, because I do want to do a lot of sunflowers. Sunflowers clean any impurities from your soil and neutralize them. That includes heavy metals, aluminum, arsenic, cadmium, all kinds of stuff. It kind of is a natural chelator, so it'll help to cleanse out your soil So I definitely want to plant a lot of sunflowers because I'm always constantly wanting to clean the soil from any impurities that I may have been exposed to. So that I won't get in my food. So on the edge we've got more foxgloves, as you can see, and then over here did a little bit of rearranging as well. This area I put a bunch of wood chips because it's not really plantable right now because it's mostly broken down wood from this tree stump here, which is slowly breaking down. This is actually a great asset because as it breaks down, it's going to become very spongy and be able to hold on to water really well. So once this area can really be planted in, it's going to be such a rich, amazing soil. And we do have some random cilantro, so I'm going to leave it there and maybe even let it drop seed. But this area is not going to be planted in this season. I just put a nice, really thick layer of wood chips to help this stump to break down faster. So hopefully some mushrooms will start to grow in here, and when that happens, that's how you know that the wood chips are adequately breaking down, and the mushrooms are doing their job of helping to break everything down and create a healthier soil. So down here, I planted radishes. As you can see, they're coming up, which is really exciting. It was so hard waiting for these to come up. Patience is truly a virtue. You start to wonder like if they're ever gonna come up because it's just like, okay, what's happening under there? But you can't just dig under and look. You just have to have faith. I just had to remind myself that I planted the seeds, I planted them correctly, I said a prayer that day and every day after, and it's out of my hands now. It's in God's hands. So here we go. They're coming up. It's amazing. I'm going to remember this moment, and it's going to help me to have more patience next season, or even this season, because I probably will do another succession of radishes. It's so funny. Every year, it's just like the most challenging part is waiting for the seeds to germinate. And then we have some lettuce coming up as well. I didn't overcrowd my seeds, so I might get a little bit of scattered germination, and I'll just replant in the bald spots. So yeah, you can't really tell right now, but there's 2 rows of radishes. There's 1 row of lettuce, and then over here I have a row of rutabaga, and then I think I have 2 rows of beets. So, and there's a little beet coming up as well. So that's really exciting. Really, 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 really happy about that. This area right here, all the way down to the right side of this row is gonna be, I think I'm gonna put broccoli down this way. And over here, I'm gonna be covering these with wood chips to preserve the soil until I plant what I'm gonna plant here. I think I'm going to do watermelons, 3 watermelon plants in here. And I already put lavender and cinnamon basil just in between as a nice companion plant. I do want to cover these areas where I'm going to have the watermelon with wood chips, but I planted some lettuce seeds here and stuff, so anything that survives, I'm going to just let it get a little bigger, and then I'll put the wood chips on it. But in the meantime, I've just been keeping it watered so that all of the healthy microbes and worms and nematodes and protozoa and all that good stuff that makes up the wonderful microbiome of soil doesn't dry out, doesn't die off. So I've just been keeping it watered, but I will eventually cover it with wood chips, which would be ideal. We also have some comfrey growing, 1 here and 1 here. And then I have some onions, again, just trying to find the best companion plants for watermelons. Then we have some Greek oregano coming up here. Such a wonderful herb. And this one, I planted this one this year, as you can see. Started it from seed, transplanted it out about a month ago. So it's doing good, and this is coming back from last year. So this is how that other one is going to look soon, hopefully. And yeah, that is the watermelon bed. And then let's go over, oh, so this area right here, this video might have to be 2 parts, but this area here is where I had Malabar spinach growing, and at this point it just reseeds itself. So all I did was put up these 3 trellises for them to climb up, and once they pop out of the soil, they can just climb up here and we'll have Malabar spinach all throughout the year. I'm gonna have more foxglove flowers, rose bush, which got huge. It was literally not even half the size last year, and now it's humongous. And then over here is some stinging nettle that I planted kind of underneath the rose so it can get a little bit of shade, but also, oh, see this? That's a vole. It's so crazy to watch them burrow through the soil. Sorry for the little detour, but it is the craziest thing to watch them just burrow through the soil. The first time I ever seen it in action, I was petrified. Because I was like, what is that? Just rummaging through the soil like that. It looked like something out of a cartoon movie, but it's definitely a vole or a mole or whatever you call them. This is one of the reasons why I have a lot of catnip growing in the garden, because I want the cats to get these voles, because they will literally, like, let's say you have a plant growing, especially if it's something like a carrot or an onion or an eggplant, which happened last year, they will go underneath the soil and pull your entire plant under the ground. So you'll come back and there'll be just an empty black hole where your plant used to be, because they literally just pull your plant and suck it into the ground. It's the craziest thing. So they're quite a nuisance. So I'm really happy that we have a lot of random cats that come and visit the garden. I've made a lot of cat friends, and I planted some catnip just for them. This is not catnip, this is stinging nettle, but I planted catnip in other areas of the yard just for them so that they can stick around, because we need them to keep this vole population down, because look at this. So imagine something like this just coming all the way through and going right into your planting bed, which it did a little bit here. I straightened it out, but they did it right here where I have my radishes growing. So it's quite destructive, because it destroys the roots of your plants, and then they're exposed to air, then they die. So they're a huge problem, actually, these voles. So yeah, but thankfully they haven't been doing too much damage yet, so I'm very, very thankful for that. And then this is my carrot bed. I have, I think, 4 or 5 varieties of carrots growing here. We've got rainbow carrots, and we've got just all kinds of carrots. Again, the patience needed while you wait for these seeds to germinate is incredible. So it's really good to have other things to do in the garden, because it will drive you crazy waiting for seeds to germinate. But there are, I seen them earlier, but now I can't find them. But there's some coming up. Oh, I see one. And they take about 7 to 14 days to germinate, and it does feel like the longest 7 to 14 days of your life, but they do eventually germinate. Then I have onions growing all down the side. Great companion plant for carrots. I think they're slowly getting acclimated and taking root, so sometimes you get some yellowing of some of the stems, and I usually just take those off, and you see we have some new growth coming, so that's a great sign. So yeah, there are the carrots.